Breaking news. Todd Boehly sends brutal warning to Enzo Maresca. This is Champions League football, not conference level. Chelsea boss under fire as pressure reaches boiling point. In what has quickly become one of the most heated and closely watched sagas at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea manager Enzo Maresca is reportedly under serious internal pressure after a tense private meeting with club owner Todd Boehly, who is understood to have delivered a blunt and uncompromising message regarding the team's recent performances. According to multiple insiders familiar with the situation, Boehly confronted Maresca with a statement that has now shaken the entire Chelsea boardroom. This is Champions League level, not Conference League. Chelsea is a big club. Manage it like one. The sentence, sharp as a blade, has been echoing around the corridors of Cobham, sparking debates, analysis and speculation about the future of the Italian coach whose early months at Stamford Bridge have been overshadowed by inconsistent results, tactical confusion and growing frustration from fans and club executives. A meeting that changed everything. The meeting, which reportedly took place after Chelsea's latest disappointing fixture, was initially scheduled as a routine performance review. However, Boehly's mood is said to have been visibly different, direct, agitated, and determined to remind the manager of the standards expected from a club that has invested hundreds of millions across the last few transfer windows. Sources close to the situation described the atmosphere as ice-cold, tense, and extremely uncomfortable, with Maresca attempting to defend his tactical project while Boehly pushed back several times, insisting that the team's identity, mentality, and intensity were far below what Chelsea fans expect. Boehly reportedly emphasized that Chelsea's ambition is immediate, not long-term rebuilding without visible progress. The fans are patient but not blind, the owner is alleged to have said. A big club must play big football. The tactical criticism, slow, predictable and risky. Behind the scenes, senior Chelsea officials have expressed concerns about Maresca's insistence on slow, possession-heavy build-up play, which, while successful under Pep Guardiola at Manchester City, has not yet translated well with Chelsea's young, evolving squad. Many point to the team's disorganisation in transition, lack of penetration in the final third, and repeated defensive errors caused by playing out from the back under pressure. According to insiders, Boehly's words were not simply emotional. They reflect months of frustration. The owner is said to be especially worried that the team looks technically confused and mentally fragile when facing aggressive opponents. The recent losses and draws against teams Chelsea were expected to beat only amplified this concern. Maresca's response: defensive but determined. During the meeting, Maresca reportedly pushed back, insisting his project needs time and stability. He reminded the owner that Manchester City's style took years to perfect, that Chelsea's squad is extremely young, and that changing identity requires patience. He emphasised that the team is improving behind the scenes, even if results are not yet consistent. But Boehly, according to one insider, cut him off. This is Chelsea. Time is earned through results. That comment hit the deepest nerve. It symbolised the growing disconnect between the ownership's expectations and the manager's long-term philosophy. Locker room atmosphere, confused and frustrated. Inside the dressing room, the players are reportedly divided. Some appreciate Maresca's clear vision and structured training sessions. Younger players, in particular, believe the system will eventually benefit them. However, others are growing uneasy, especially senior players who feel the demands are extremely rigid and do not adapt to Premier League physicality. Some feel the team plays with too much caution, fearing mistakes rather than expressing freedom. A few players allegedly described the atmosphere as stressful, heavy, and overly controlled, a sign that morale is starting to fracture. Chelsea board split on Maresca's future. Within the board, there are two camps. One, the patient vision group officials who believe the club must finally commit to long-term footballing identity, backing Maresca for at least 2 seasons. 2. The Results Now group executives who think Chelsea is too big to accept mid-table form or tactical experiments without progress. This group reportedly has Boehly's strongest support. If performances do not improve immediately, this faction may push for an urgent managerial change. Boehly's big club standard message. The owner's infamous line, "This is Champions League, not Conference League," was more than a criticism. It was a statement of identity, a reminder of Chelsea's history, and a warning that excuses will no longer protect underperforming staff. Privately, Boehly believes Chelsea must return to Europe next season at all costs. Failure would be considered a catastrophic setback for the club project. Fans. React, Maresca. Out or more time? The Chelsea fan base is now split down the middle. Some want Maresca out immediately, believing he is too inexperienced and too stubborn to coach a top club. Others want patience, blaming the instability of past years and insisting constant managerial changes are part of the problem. Online debates among fans have become intense, emotional, and sometimes explosive. Upcoming matches. Make or break. Chelsea's next fixtures could define Maresca's future. Insiders claim that if Chelsea drops more points in the next few games, the board may convene an emergency meeting. Some say Maresca has 3 matches to save his job. Others claim he has until the January transfer window. But all sources agree on one thing. The pressure is now at maximum level. Potential replacements. Whispers begin. Though no official statement has been made, early internal discussions reportedly include Roberto De Zerbi, Hansi Flick, Thomas Tuchel return. Whispers Ruben Amorim, Graham Potter, backroom consideration. None of these names are confirmed, but the fact they're being whispered shows the uncertainty surrounding Maresca's future. The future of Chelsea under Maresca. The saga has now transformed into a full-blown drama, a battle between philosophy and expectation, patience and urgency, identity and results. Maresca still believes in his project, but Boehly has drawn a line in the sand. Chelsea must play like a big club, starting now. As tension grows, performances will decide everything. For Maresca, the message is clear. Many point to the team's disorganisation in transition, lack of penetration in the final third, and repeated defensive errors caused by playing out from the back under pressure. According to insiders, Boehly's words were not simply emotional. They reflect months of frustration. The owner is said to be especially worried that the team looks technically confused and mentally fragile when facing aggressive opponents. The recent losses and draws against teams Chelsea were expected to beat only amplified this concern. Chelsea entered the match needing momentum. Instead, they received humiliation. Atalanta punished Chelsea's predictable patterns, exposing the defensive imbalance caused by Maresca's aggressive inverted fullback approach. Once again, Chelsea conceded early, chased the game, and only showed urgency when it was too late. The board's internal report following the match appears to have been the decisive moment that unleashed today's dramatic warning.